working, came in on her off day to help the manager, and the manager wouldn't let her go to the bathroom. So she ended up having to pee on herself. So, this store was just crazy how it was run. Well, fast forward, in May, I do the same thing all the time in the office. I get the money, I count it again, I display it out, I count it again, I bundle it up, I put a deposit slip, write it on the ledger, put it in the safe. Same thing every night. Never any problems with anything I've ever done, having to do anything like that. Early in May, we had a problem where someone came in and I believe it was trying to pay off a card or put money on a card, or it was a Western Union. Anyway, the transaction didn't work, so I gave them their money back. So it showed, missing a certain amount of money in the computer. I tried to get it fixed. I had to go home. So I left. Next day, I come in. I tell the supervisor in the morning, hey, is everything fixed? She said no. So I tried to fix it the way I was taught to do it. It didn't work, or it halfway worked. I talked to the LP and I talked to the district manager, and they said that they would fix it. I said, okay. I didn't pay any more mind. Towards the end of May, about, I want to say May 18th, I was asked to come in, overnight shift, which was weird. Came in, started doing my work, signing, logs. Was called in the office by the LP agent, the loss prevention boss, and sat down, stared at him. He gave me a disgusted look. I was like, is everything all right? He said, no. He's like, I know you did it. Did what? He was just like, well, you need to come clean about stealing the money. I was like, okay, once again, what are you talking about? What money? I don't get what you're saying. He then proceeds to lean over to me and tell me, you're not so popular, are you? Don't know what that means. Okay. He leans back in his chair again and says, so you're not going to tell me that you stole it? We have video showing that you stole the money. I was like, I'm not saying I did anything because, one, I didn't do anything. And two, you've been trying to get me fired since you got to this store, so I don't really know what to tell you. At that point, he said, well, we're going to press charges. I was like, I don't know what for. At that point, there's a knock at the door. I unlock it. 4 Long Beach police officers and a sheriff were sitting there. One had his hand on his gun, and the other one had his hand about to unclip his gun, and the other one had his hand on his taser. I asked the police officer, what's up? He's like, well, you're under arrest. I was like, for what? And he was like, for theft. And I was like, I didn't steal anything. He's like, well, they say you did. Okay, whatever. Handcuff me. Tell the officer, hey, these are too tight. Tells me to shut up. I let it go. I can argue, but as we see now, that doesn't matter. It's better to stay quiet and try to stay alive than to say something and accidentally get shot. So get walked out. As I'm walking out, the manager and the LP agent are sitting there laughing, and the LP agent kind of slightly points over to me, and they're both, giggling to the point where it annoyed one of the police officers to where he turned and said, hey, y'all need to be quiet. They got quiet and walked back into the office. I'm sitting in the car. Police officer keeps telling me, if you just tell me that you did it, we can help you out. I didn't do anything. I don't know what to tell you. Then asked me, can we search your car? I said no, but they go over to the manager. She has my keys because they were up on the counter in the office. They go and they search my car. Don't find anything. I don't know if they thought I stole the money and just kept it in my car, I guess. But then she goes and tows my car. So I get taken to Long Beach jail, sitting in there for a while. I'm in there for about a day and a half, bail out, get my car. I go to court. They tell me that they're not filing charges, or Rite Aid's not filing charges right now. I was like, all this for, to not be able to file charges. Whatever. I go about my business and my life and let it go. I could have tried to sue Rite Aid. I could have tried to do something else. It's not worth my time. I was dealing with other stuff, and, I didn't want more negativity in my life. In hindsight, I should have just done what I thought I should have done. And that's either try to sue them or, do something to rectify the situation. So fast forward to about almost a year ago today. I get stopped. I got a gun pulled on me and slammed to the floor by 4 officers. Told, hey, you have a warrant. What do you mean I have a warrant? You have a warrant. For what? Embezzlement. I don't know if it was Rite Aid or who had filed charges again. And I didn't know this, but they don't have to tell you unless it's a violent offense that you have a court date. So I guess I had a court date the end of July. And obviously, I don't know I had a court date. So a bench warrant was put out for me. So I'm back in jail. I can't get a hold of anybody. Don't have my phone. Don't have any numbers. Takes me about 9 days to bail out. I go to court. I'm given a crappy deal of I can plead to a felony and pay back the $3,000 that they say I stole, and do community service and be on probation. I said no. We get set for the first hearing, and when I go in there, they have the LP guy there, the head of LP, and they're asking him questions, because I could hear it because it's coming from the other room, about what goes on in the store and this and this and this. The prosecutor gives my attorney the video that they have, and we're sitting down, we're ready to start the preliminary hearing. And the prosecutor needs more time because the witness they have can't recall anything. He doesn't know the procedures in the store. Never worked with me. So he's not a very good witness. So we have to wait. Me and my lawyer go back and we're looking over the video. There's no video of me stealing any money. There's no video of me pocketing anything. There's no video of me taking a deposit. The things they say that I sweethearted, which is giving people for free, never gave anybody alcohol for free. I did give people alcohol at marked down prices because of missing bottles or missing cans or stuff being marked wrong and only having one left or, whatever. To that point, their whole case was dropped around no video of me doing anything, no witness of me doing anything. But a year later, I'm still going to court. And now they have the manager is there to say about what she saw. She wasn't there the night that I supposedly stole a deposit slip. She wasn't there the next day to count a safe that she says was short. We had supervisors in there that I was lending money out of my own pocket to help them because they were doing bad. Our overnight manager, she was always broke. She never had any money, but I know she had kids and I know she needed help some of the time. So, I was more than well off. I could lend her $100, $200 here and there to help her out to get groceries or get gas or catch the bus or, whatever. On supervisors during the day, same thing. I would help him with his family. I never asked for anything back. I never asked for the money back. It was just more of a point that I had it to give and I helped. But for money to come up missing, it was just baffling to me because the money that came up missing was less than I would make in a week and a half, 2 weeks time. So it didn't make any sense for me to steal and jeopardize my job and my life for less money than I was making. That's just stupid. It's idiotic. And, I'm still going through court right now dealing with this because every time we go to court, the prosecution puts it off. But every time they put it off, they offer me a new deal, hoping that I'll take it and be good with whatever they give me. It's just crazy. And my point of this whole story was to tell people that, you don't have to stay at a shitty job, a crappy job. There's always something better. I know sometimes you're stuck and you can't do what you really want to do or make the money that you want to make, but someone being disrespectful to you or racist to you should not be an everyday occurrence to where you're sitting there like, do I want to go to work? Is it worth going to work today? Trying to look in your savings and your checkings and trying to think like, do I really need this job? It sucks. It put a strain on my then marriage. It put a strain on my mental health, just being depressed and being upset. Before I went to work, because while you're at work, you got to put that mask on of, hey, how you doing? What's going on? How are you? How's your family? Or how's your day? And some days you don't feel like it, but, it's your job. But hopefully this helps somebody. It helped me to be able to talk about it, but hopefully it helps somebody in their life. Thank you.